Whose phone is ringing? Was that my phone?
No. What I do is I mess up the food to make it look like I've already been eating, so we start talking. Hi there, welcome to Real Sales Dynamics, where we break down in-field sales footage to get you better at door knocking. Guess what, guys? I just can't stop selling. Doesn't matter what. Because there's just that payoff that you get every single time that you take care of a customer, to the point that sometimes you have to do it 3 times in a day, that you'll see right now. We are going to a set right now to close up a deal. And you park for it. Oh, in their lot. And make sure they know you're here. Don't be scared. It's a fabulous day to do solar. Hey there.
You Justice Engineer, aren't you?
Huh? I am.
What's going on, man?
Good to meet you. This is Garrett.
Garrett, how you doing?
I need to take a couple photos around the house. I just wanted to make sure you knew I wasn't trying to break into your home.
All right.
Is your electric panel on the outside or the inside of the house? The breaker box?
I have one on the inside. I don't know if you it should be on the inside. Like the one with the switches?
Yeah, it's in the garage?
It's on the inside. Yeah, it's in the garage.
Can we go check that real quick?
Come through here.
All right, cool.
Hey, Mom. I'm going to have these engineers look at the breaker panel.
Hi there.
Okay.
Hi, Carlos. Good to meet you.
This box right here, right?
Dude, food is smelling good in there. What you guys got cooking? What you guys got cooking?
She's always ready to feed somebody.
Got it.
Y'all have time to eat? I have a Fiji.
Oh, I literally just had breakfast.
You're hungry. He's hungry. Mom.
He might be.
Do you have any extra for one? You have extra for one?
Yeah, it's 200. This is a small breaker for a 200.
Just a little bit.
It's a sub panel.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a sub panel somewhere. That's cool. We can do that.
That's good news.
She's ready to feed somebody always, man.
Oh, wow.
Look
okay.
out.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
Let's go have a seat over there.
Do you guys work all of Central Florida or no?
Yeah. So I overlook 7 different offices.
Okay.
So what I do is I go around to different areas. We have an office in Fort Myers, for instance,
Okay.
where I basically do due diligence. So if there's homes that we know, or let's say using a particular amount of power, that's usually when I'm called in on those. In your case, you're using a good chunk of power right now.
Yeah.
Can you grab that bill by the way?
I don't. It's digital bill, so whatever.
Okay, you can grab that. That's good.
All right. So
Thank you.
I don't know how to use.
All good, bud.
Stuff over there.
All right, give me this quick. Let's do that. We do this.
Wow.
Magic of phones. So, can you come over here real quick?
Yeah.
So I heard you were the guy to chat to on this. So, the last bill was 187, but that's not the lowest bill of the year, right? Because the bill right before that was right around about 210 bucks.
Yeah.
Are you the one who takes care of the bill normally?
No, she does.
Okay.
But I'm aware of what it is.
And then the summer months, it gets even higher than that.
Yeah.
And the whole thing is that with LCEC, they went up 32% in the last year. And so right now, you're averaging roughly $215 a month for electric. Obviously, there's months that are lower. What we're trying to protect from, though, is LCEC is going to go up an additional 12% per year. They've already gotten the authorization to do that. So next year, you're going to be averaging 240, 269, 302, 338. So what we do on our end is there's a lot of ways to get solar. Have you talked to solar people before?
I've sat down and because I just came back from Texas. Sorry, I'm gonna eat while you talk.
No, all good.
I just came from Texas. I've talked to somebody in Texas. I haven't talked to anybody here.
We're in Texas.
El Paso.
El Paso, okay. I'm from Texas. Yeah, solar has been becoming a boom in places like El Paso. It is a little bit different over here as far as how it works with your guys' co-op, because you guys actually have a co-op here, not just a normal utility.
Okay.
So the nice thing is with LCEC is that if you generate more power than the system produces at the end of the year, LCEC is the only utility that will actually give you money back.
Okay.
Actually pay back out. So what happens is that from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m., the system produces all the power you need in the day. But you guys use your power like this, right, throughout the whole day. So all the power you don't use goes to LCEC. Now, there's obviously a couple ways you can go solar. You can take a loan, you can cash. The one I'd recommend is the Project Hestia, which is a Department of Energy one. Because in Florida, if you do a cash buy on a system or a loan, you have to insure the system yourself.
Okay.
And that's when insurance companies get involved and get a little annoying.
Okay.
Right? With this, we insure, maintain the system for 25 years. so it doesn't impact or interfere with your homeowner's insurance premiums.
Okay.
Make sense? Now, are either you or your mom planning on getting an electric car anytime soon?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. And just so you know a little bit more as far as, so you may have heard the term or the company Sonova. Sonova, all they are is this, they're the money. It's like if this house was built by KB Homes, then Sonova would be whoever you use for the mortgage.
Okay.
I'm guessing you rarely write a good review whenever you go to the restaurant. Yeah, exactly. So it's really rare for someone to actually go up online and go, yep, I like these guys, and they have an A+ to the Better Business Bureau. So what happens, and it's the same reason why I ended up doing solar on my own house. Here, I'll show you real quick. Is one, this is what a negative bill looks like when you receive a negative bill. And two, they do a clean installation with black on black panels. So speaking of Texas, our panels are produced in Texas.
Okay.
So Trina, they were a Chinese company who got bought out, and now we're producing all the panels in Texas, which is nice. So we don't have to deal with all the weird import taxes with solar panels.
Yeah.
And then the inverters, do you know what those are?
Yep.
Okay. So we use micro inverters, so they work independently the entire time. We use Enphase IQ8 Pluses. Stating all of that, were you guys worried about power outages, anything like that?
I mean, we live in Florida. There's a lot of
I know.
stuff out here.
The reason why I bring that up is that if we can prove that there's medical devices or a necessity, we can actually get Tesla Powerwalls strapped on the house.
Okay.
But it ends up being more per month if you do that because you got to pay for the battery. Does that make sense?
You do get the battery.
So here's how it works. Well, I'm going to show you both ways. If you choose to use batteries or not. In most cases, it's about $110 more a month though if you do batteries. Okay. So it's like 2 out of 10 houses I do it on. To be fair, if you actually get a backup generator, it's about $25K to get the piping, the permitting, the diesel, and everything. So I generally only do it when someone's already about to buy like a Generac or something. Gotcha. So for the house, you take a look here. These are where the panels are going to go. Right on this area. And that's going to cover 108% of your current electricity. 108? 108. Okay. LCEC limits us to 120, so we can add on 2 more, but it sounds like you guys aren't planning on getting an EV car or anything.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay.
Well, if I do, it won't be on a shooting good one. So.
Okay. And so here's what it looks like. It's 159 bucks. My favorite part is this though. So most leases have an escalator, as in they go up every year. This one is 0%. So when the bills get up to 338, you're still at 159. They're at 159 forever. So it's a complete hedge against inflation.
And it's 25 years you go
25 years. Okay. Then 25 years, you have 1 of 3 options. You choose to keep the system no cost, upgrade to a new solar system, or remove the system. Okay. Right. That's ins and out. So basically now, she knows what she's going to pay every single month. Right, and if she's on a fixed income or fixed income in the future, that's important, right? Because if you don't know what's going on.
Price, just your price, or is that based on the customer?
Yeah. So I didn't explain that, so thank you. It's based off of a couple different factors. One is the amount of production. Okay. So she's using 13,890 kilowatts per year. Okay. This system, its lowest production annually will be 14,142. Okay. In most cases, they overproduce. Gotcha. And then that's why we allotted this amount of panels. If she was spending, let's say on average 350, I'd be using the back side and the side over here for the additional panels. Gotcha. So the way it breaks down is she's going to be spending 13.5 cents per kilowatt hour from now on. Right now she's spending roughly 17.5 cents, which is just going to continue to go up to about 30 within about 5 years. Okay. So now it's just a locked in rate. Does that make more sense? Yeah. So in eligibility, the way we check it is we check for eligibility, which means she has to pay her bills in time, couldn't have been a member of the mob in the last 5 years, no liens or any bankruptcies. And then we set up a site inspection. Site inspection takes the better portion of a day, and then we'll get the final design back. At final design, we'll know if it's going to be a good candidate or not. Okay. Sonova and the DOE through Sonova. The main things are we have to be able to cover 100% of your power, or else we can't do it. Because we don't want you to be double billed LCEC, $80 here, 100 and something there. Gotcha. Make sense? Yeah. After final design, we get approval, and then we get permitting done and installation. From here to here, anywhere between 10 and 14 days. Okay. And then, so by the time, because this kind of matters, her highest bills are going to be coming up in the next 4 months, where she'll be spending $300 and something each month. Instead, the panel system will be turned on, and her first bill won't be until a month after the system will be turned on. Okay. So you basically get a free month. All right. Does that make sense? Yeah, it does. All right. We just got to get the qualifications through, then we can get the site inspection done and meet back for that final design. They're over there, and I'm sure they're going to have some questions.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your mom's name?
Wilda.
Wilda.
Ma,
Hey, Wilda.
vem valeu.
Can you come by for a second here?
Vamos.
So, you're... Okay, go ahead.
So, salle d'affaires, Bill l'a montré là.
So now, instead, as you said earlier, she's averaging $215 a month,
Yeah.
which is going to go up to $338. Instead, now it's going to be $159 every single month. Well, so we can monitor the system through our app
So they
24/7.
Okay.
And you can actually, if you wanted to, you can actually download the app too, and it'll show you exactly the production of the
Okay.
system.
We're not paying a deductible for
No,
fixing
if you,
anything.
if you take a look, it's $159 every single month, 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's zero upfront costs. So we maintain, insure. If you want to let her know, we insure the system so you don't have to add it onto your insurance policy.
Yeah.
And that insurance also covers the roof. So we put a $2 million policy on the roof in case there's any roof leak or anything like that. So now it's just seeing if she can qualify, and then we'll get a site inspector out here probably the next day who will take a look underneath the attic trusses, the electric panel, and have climbed up on the roof.
Okay.
How old's the roof, by the way?
The house was built in 2007, and I don't think we hadn't replaced the roof since we bought it.
Okay.
We've been here for 9 months.
Okay, got it. And so they'll do a roof inspection, make sure everything's good to go, and then we'll get a final design back.
Okay.
And final design will let us know if everything got approved, and she'll have to respond, or whatever email we use has to respond to say approved to move forward on the project.
Okay.
All right, so this isn't the last time we're meeting.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna.
Gotcha.
She has to feed us again. And at the end of the year, if you don't end up using all the power, they cut a check back.
Yeah,
LCEC is the only utility company that does that. Let me see, and then yeah. So they just must have been spelling the title. So Wilda. So this is the agreement. If you want to bring your mom back over here.
Mom.
So West Bay Energy does the 9.6 kilowatt system, provide you with all the power you need for your home. 0% annual increase, $0 up front.
This part, you said if you sell it, it transfers to the
Transfers to the homeowner, yeah. And then they get locked into a rate that's like $400 less a month than whoever buys, whenever they buy the house.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Okay, it's really nice. So, remember I was mentioning earlier I did mortgages?
Mm-hmm.
So one of the things that happens is if you are VA or FHA home buy, they put in there what is the average price of the utilities. And that can prevent a veteran or a new home buyer from being able to buy a house.
Gotcha.
If they did it in this neighborhood in 5 years, the average utility payment will be about $550.
Right.
Versus with this house, you're at $159.
Okay, so that helps the buyer.
Oh yeah,
qualify.
qualify for the house.
Okay.
Yeah, and homes with solar tend to sell for more than houses without.
Okay. So it's transferable.
100%.
To the next.
Next owner.
Yeah. Yeah, so we take care of everything for 300 months, which is just another way of saying 25 years. We will do a validation text message and email right after this to make sure that you got everything in there. Oh, and one thing I was going to mention as well. This already assumes a $15 discount for auto pay. So you will have to set up for auto pay is the one thing you got to do. So we take care of everything 300 months. It is a 9.6 kilowatt system with Trina solar panels, in-phase inverter. Going down. If you don't set up for auto pay, it's $174 a month. That's what I want to mention. Now, as far as the term, system home and property maintenance, you do not have to get on top of the house and clean it down. If anyone comes by and says, I can clean your panels, kick them in the back and tell them to go away.
Okay.
There's a whole thing where people are trying to get they're bringing squeegees and Lysol, and you're like, you don't, it's just water. Water cleans panels. System construction, repair, and insurance. So at all points, they take care of the repair and construction of the system. But importantly, like I mentioned earlier, Sonova obtains all the insurance required for the solar system.
Okay.
Estimated taxes are 0 additional sales taxes in the state of Florida on solar. All right, so it's not like 159 plus taxes.
Gotcha.
No alterations. Don't move the system. Don't touch the system. If you guys need a re-roof in 10 years, call us. We'll pull off the system and reinstall it.
Okay.
We take care of all the paperwork with LCEC, but you may end up getting an email after installation that lets us interconnect the system. So the thing that slows down projects more than anything else is lack of communication. So I'm probably going to get both of your numbers. So in case anything comes up, I can just give you a call. And then lastly here, Sonova's obligation to lease and install the panels. We take care of all the installation. The whole system's warranted, except for gross misconduct. So don't go on top of the roof with hammers and start smashing stuff.
Gotcha.
Fair enough? So we just need initials on this guy.
Oh, this?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
So we need to put in the auto pay information. Does she want to do it by card or by account?
How long you gonna be on letter for?
Okay.
And outside that, we're good to go. Hey, quick thing for you as well. So We do a referral promotion on these. Any house you get us connected with, we'll get you $500.
Okay, sounds good.
So like keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I just text you my number, but it's on the paper as well.
Okay.
So if anything comes up, let me know.
Appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
It's wonderful meeting you.
appreciate it, fellas.
It's good meeting you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yeah, that was a quick little close. In that situation, it was a translation issue. They're actually Haitian, and they speak a mixture of French and Creole combined. Thankfully, the son was there, who I was able to talk to in a quicker manner than I normally do in these closes, because he's kind of geared that way. He's a fast-moving kind of guy, so you mirror that level of tonality so that there's not a question of, okay, I got to think about it. It's like, no, we're going to do this today or else. The fun thing, too, was seeing him translate between him and his mom. Yes, I don't know exactly what they're saying, but through understanding body language, I could figure out which portion of the close he was in on when he was translating it with his mom. So I was going back and forth, showing him things on the iPad to make sure we're convicted and good to go. Best part is, we ended up getting fed during the whole presentation, which made it just that much better. So, you think you can beat me? You think you can outsell me? I see in the comment section, solar sales 420. Go ahead and see if you can. And not only that, if you beat me, you might win the Honey Pond incentive of over $30,000 bonus in just 10 days. See you guys there at FLBLITZ.com. Hello. Hey, doggy.
You done, buddy?
Hey. Hi there. Carlos, great to meet you. Before I get started, can I take a look at the electric breaker box?
Yeah.
Heard you're an electrician, so you already know if you have 150 or 200 amp?
It's 200 amp.
Beautiful. We just left the house. It was a 100 amp that it was the worst sub panel situation I think I've ever seen.
Well, there's a sub panel too.
Which is fine. It's just, I don't imagine yours is made out of gum.
Because this one's full.
Yeah. And
Because the circuits are so broken up, so
Yeah.
light.
yeah.
That's why because I had a tough time. I actually had to double some of the breakers up
Yeah.
in order to put circuits in. Because they were light, I was able to jump a wire over, put it on another breaker to make a spot to where I could put the sub panel in.
Yeah.
They all
'Cause-
15s.
What?
They all 15s.
No, they're not all 15s. There's 20s and 15s.
Yeah.
15s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And where's the sub panel at?
Sub panels in the addition, the new
Okay.
addition. The sub panels in the sitting room.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you for being good at your job. Straight clean.
I do professional work.
You do.
That's
I
what
can
I
tell.
was,
It makes my job a lot easier when it comes to this. So, is there a spot we can sit at? I hear you don't want panels in the front of the roof.
I don't really don't want them on the roof either.
Fair enough. Well, as far as land allocation, Lee County, they have pretty stern restrictions on ground mounts. But we can have a convo about that. Had you looked into solar before?
Yep. I thought about doing it myself.
Got it. What prevented you from pulling the trigger?
Cost.
Cost? Yeah.
It wasn't, it was,
It was more expensive than what you're currently spending?
yeah. It was gonna take me over 20 years to break even.
Yeah, I get it. Especially if you're looking at a cash system.
And I'm like,
it makes no sense.
why bother?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The bill he sent me in, the phone reception out here is shoddy. Do you happen to have that? Thank you. So taking a look at your bill right now, last was $228, but that's not your normal bill. That was higher than normal.
It's been as high as 280 something, I
In
guess.
September of last year.
Yeah,
That's
well-
what it looks like.
When Biden, and then it was high, back when Biden came into office and all the fuel rates went up,
Yeah.
it skyrocketed.
The timing on it was pretty wild because back in
And I believe
2019,
it was well over 300 for a while
Yeah.
too, but this past year it's been running about 280, last summer, and now it's creeping back up again.
yeah. Because when I take a look at the usage,
The fuel costs have gone down.
but they raised the other rates. So the interesting thing is this. So back in 2019, they switched us over from coal to natural gas, which I know you already know.
No, I didn't know. I
Oh.
don't know what they used.
Okay, so
I thought they used a little bit of everything.
yeah, so there's a little bit of something, which is mainly they've added on some solar. So as far as these solar
Yeah,
farms,
right. I know they use some solar, they
Yeah.
use coal, they use oil,
But-
they use gas. I would imagine they're pulling off other companies further up north that are using hydroelectric and.
it's predominantly at this point natural gas. So that's been the case since 2019. They spent about $857 million transferring over from coal to natural gas. The thing is, at the same time, what happened? Natural gas prices shot up, and they're probably not going to go down that much.
No, Trump gets in.
And I'm excited for him to come in as well, but at the same time, while Trump was in office, the rates were still climbing up 12% per year, right? Now, thankfully, if he comes in, they won't shoot up 32% like they did last year with FPL and a couple of these other utilities. But as we're
Unless they do it before the election.
and so what we got here is, when I'm taking a look at the actual average based off of your annual kilowatt usage, we're closer to about $240 a month as far as your electricity is concerned. You have higher months, you have lower months, but I just want to be kind of honest towards the numbers. And the thing is that LCEC has already announced, just like FPL did and Duke, that the rates are most likely going to go up about 12% per year for the next 5 years. And so we're looking at is 240 becomes 268, 301, 337 in a couple of years. So as far as going solar is concerned, there's a lot of ways to do it. One of the ways you mentioned earlier is a way that almost no one does anymore, which is spend a bunch of cash up front, because then you're waiting usually about 11 years until you get an ROI on it. You can finance it, but with the interest rates where they are, it's really expensive. So the third option is called the power purchase agreement. And so the way that works is you don't pay for anything as far as the upfront. You don't have to take a loan. There's no lien on the property. Now, to be fair, part of what you pay every single year in taxes, well, that goes to the Department of Energy, and they allocated out $3 billion to us for that program. It's called Project Hestia. So what occurs is they cover the cost of installing the panels, and then you just pay a flat rate for your electricity from now on. That's usually anywhere between 20 and 30% less than what you're paying right now. But unlike with the grocery stores or gas, you have actual inflation protection. You're basically paying the same every single month, every single year. Does that make sense?
I understand.
Right. Now, as far as the roof is concerned, I know you're an electrician. Do you roughly know how they actually do the installation with the racking system?
They fold it like a stanchion on the roof, and then they lift it up off the roof.
Yeah, and those the racking system goes into the attic trusses, right? It goes directly in there. Then they place the lifetime sealant on there.
Not to the plywood.
Yeah.
Through the plywood.
Through the plywood.
Through the 2 layers of roof.
And then
it's a double layer roof.
And from there,
it's not 2 shingles. It's a rubber
roof, and then you have the shingles on
right.
top. Yep.
So they're different from what it was years ago.
Yeah.
Because it cost a lot of money to put that roof on this.
Yeah.
Time.
And so
I put roofs on before.
How hot was it when you put that roof up? Is no fun. As far as the system, they're wind mitigated for 170 miles an hour. So this is after Irma. So if you take a look at the area there, the area where the panels were, the roof stays on. Now with that wind mitigation, we use Iron Ridge. That's the racking system.
Well, see some of the houses around that house. See,
the panels
I'm looking at the trees. Look at the trees. See where the trees are? The wind came from this way.
Absolutely. So, where the wind's coming from in that area, the panels are still on the roof.
Yeah, but
it doesn't keep all your shingles down. It's not magic, right? The point is, though, is that it can still be able to withstand. Now, if you have a proper asphalt shingle roof with rubber, in most cases, you're wind mitigated to what, 140?
I don't know. The garage out there is rated for 185 mile an hour.
185.
Winds.
So the reason I needed the bill is obviously every house is a little bit different as far as the amount of panels required, right? So in order to cover 100% of your current electricity with LCEC, you need 24 panels. So as far as the panels are concerned, we use Trina panels. Those are produced in California. No, excuse me, those are produced in Texas. The inverters, those are produced in California. So for the inverters, we use Enphase IQ8 Pluses. Basically, they're just microinverters. So as you know, old solar systems had string inverters, so these ones are micro. And so with the IQ8 Pluses, thankfully, they can still run even during the case of a power outage. Now, if you're looking for real storage protection, you would obviously need to add batteries in that case.
I got a generator.
Then you're solid. Regarding kind of the way this works, as I mentioned earlier, with the power purchase agreement, you don't have to add it onto your insurance policy, which is important in the state of Florida, right? Because insurance companies are figuring out any single reason they can to raise the rates. There's a 25-year roof penetration warranty after the installation.
If you're in business still.
Well, we got $3 billion from DOE, so hopefully we're still in business. I think we're doing okay. We got 380,000 customers. And the company who's actually doing the installation, so you have Sonova, which is basically the finance side, 4.7 out of 5 stars on Google, Yelp, and pretty much every review site. And then BBB, they have an A+ of the BBB. So the way it works is essentially they get the funding from Sonova to fulfill their projects. Sonova is just basically the people who collect checks from the federal government. And then from there, we see which homes are going to qualify for the program. And then LCEC, at the end of the day, tells us how many projects we're allowed to put through a year. Because the way it works with them, and actually LCEC is pretty great for this because some of the other utilities don't honor net metering. what happens is 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. obviously you produce all the power in the day. But you guys use your power like this, right? Use your power throughout the day. All the power you don't use goes to LCEC, and then you get a credit back, and that covers you at nighttime. And so LCEC is one of the few utilities in Florida that has 1-for-1 net metering. So at the end of the year, if you end up producing more power than you're currently using, they buy it back at wholesale rate. Saying that, it doesn't make sense to create a solar farm on top of your house. You know, they're not paying huge checks every single time. Basically, they build the systems out, and actually LCEC has a cap on how big we can make the system relative to your usage. It makes sense to basically cover exactly what you're using. You guys aren't planning on buying a Tesla or something like that, right?
Oh, no.
Hell no.
Exactly. All right, this exact answer is
Not
expected.
one of them or any electric vehicle.
Yeah, so electric vehicles, what people don't tell you is they use about 14 to 16 panels worth of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
They
looking.
don't tell you that the dumb people forget that in order to produce the energy to put into that car, you have to use carbon,
Yeah.
fossil fuels.
Absolutely.
They're stupid.
Yeah. So we set the system up, 24 panels to cover 100% of your power. So as I mentioned earlier, you're spending about $240 on average, which is only going to go up. Now with this is a fixed rate. It's $165, never goes up. It's the same payment every single month, year after year. Does that make sense?
Never goes up, meaning forever?
For 25 years. No pay, no.
25
Yeah. And Morris, what's a good email address for you?
at gmail.com.
So zero upfront cost, $165 a month. Monthly payment increase is 0%. Your system activation, basically we have to put all the
Is
submissions
that
in.
165 including taxes?
That's everything.
Tax tag, everything?
Everything.
Tax title.
Then lastly here, no alterations. This is the most basic thing in the world. Don't go up on top of the roof and start moving around the panels because you think you can get better production somewhere else. We'll call you to remind you to sign that email, or else we can't turn the system on. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. The yellow button.
He's one of the smartest people I know.
And then you do that 13
and
more
one of the
times.
dumbest people I know at the same
Oh,
time.
Jesus Christ.
I know. You got to go down the yellow brick road.
Yeah, you're e-signing it, and you're initialing in all the places.
Okay. Are you going to do that by card or account?
Okay.
Gonna probably come by account.
Okay.
Comes right out of my checking account.
Now, so.
Okay. And what's that info? So if anything comes up or you got any questions,
Great meeting
Okay.
you too. It was wonderful.
Yes,
Morris,
absolutely.
I'll talk to you soon.
Second time.
Second time. Second
All right, be
handshake.
careful, guys.
All right, we'll do. So that's the second deal for the day. We're on our way to another one right now.
Starts. I gotta go school shopping. We gotta do all this craziness.
Melvin?
Yes, sir.
Carlos, good to meet you, man. This is Garrett. You talked to Chris just a little bit ago, right?
Okay.
Okay, cool. I just need to take a look at the electric breaker box.
Yeah.
Is it on the garage?
Yeah, it's on the side over there. Yeah, I'll call you right back, bro.
So have you looked into solar before?
Yeah, we didn't get approved for it. It was like 2 months ago.
Can we assume? Okay. You didn't get approved for it? What was the reason at that time?
My credit check.
Credits checked? Okay. Do you remember what was like offered as far as the whole setup?
But they were trying to do the solar and my roof at the same time, so it was like 90,000.
Oh, this is a loan.
Yeah.
Okay. But obviously, I mean, you got this house, right? Credit somewhere. Do you have any idea where it's at?
A lot less than it used to be. I don't know where it's at nowadays.
Okay.
I know it's tanked, but that's because I'm in a debt consolidation program. So
Yeah, they'll definitely take
it's just
the.
gonna keep tanking.
Yeah. Because right now you got bills over $400.
Yep.
And so I built out the system. I know you've already talked to solar people, so I'm just going to try to figure out the qualification thing because we're basically covering your home in solar, and your new monthly payment is new $283 and it never goes up. So we fix. That's it. That's all you're paying. That's what you pay from now on.
Okay.
On the credit thing, yeah, if it's below 650, then there's not much I can do on that end. Is there anyone who can? So the thing is, this is different than like a Vivint Alarms thing where we need someone social. So there's no hard pull as far as the credit's concerned. And what's your email address, by the way? And the utility bill? I need that full bill. Can I take a look at this real quick? When you need to get a roof replacement, let's say 5 years online.
It's gonna be next year.
Okay, they cover the cost of pulling off the panels that we're installing.
Okay.
Do you want to get that roof replaced?
Huh?
You want to get that roof replaced?
I do need to get it replaced.
Okay, give me 1 sec before you do all this and put in a paperwork. If
I'm gonna pause you real quick. I'm not financially stable to do what you're asking. I've got all my money tied into businesses that aren't producing yet.
You do realize that, so on my end, you're not paying for anything out of pocket, you're not taking out a loan.
Okay.
Right? What's happening is if you're financially capable enough to pay your electric bill, which you are, because you've been paying that on time, your last bill is $399, now you're spending instead $280 something.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So, but I get that. But what I'm trying to figure out is this, it costs something to put this up there. You guys aren't doing this for free.
No, okay, so let's backtrack. So Project Hestia, which I think Chris should have mentioned, he's new,
Okay.
but from the Department of Energy, they allocated about $3 billion in funding in order to work with low-income housing, which is a beautiful house, but everything in Lee County is basically considered low income. And so this is the DOE loan. And so it's our job to basically figure out which homes are capable of being able to do that. The main things are we have to be able to cover 100% of your power. The home has to be in a state where it's not in a state of foreclosure or anything along those lines. And then 3, the roof has to at least be conditioned for at least another 5 years. So you do a site inspection for the home. So at no point am I going to be asking you for banking information or anything else. This isn't an upfront payment thing.
No, okay, so I understand the roof, the solar part.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the roof part.
So let me figure out the roof part, because in certain cases, what I'm going to try to figure out is if we can bundle it in with the roof.
Yeah, because my insurance company gave me 5 years to get it replaced.
Okay, then let me take a look. Let me take a look at the roof and see.
How many years has it been?
3.
3? Cool. It was fully built?
Yeah,
Or like
people living in it.
That is the quickest I've ever done a roof plus solar project. I want to respect your time with things. So looks like everything's good to go. I'm excited, and I'm going to do probably bring the drone over in the next couple days. It's a bit too humid outside, so we can see a cool before and after on that. So no roof leaks, nothing, and no termite damage?
I've not had any issues with the roof at all.
Okay, let me just make sure this is all in there. Okay, so damn, we are getting booked quick. We can do 5 on Friday.
That's fine. It's probably better.
Cool. We're all good. Any other questions for me?
Nope.
Cool. All right, we're good to go. If you're working with Sonova products at all and you can't roll a roof in with a lease, you need to change partners. Bro, it is unstoppable when you literally tell someone, I'm going to put solar plus roofing at the same time for a price lower than what you're currently paying. The only obstacle there is going to be credit. And thankfully, we were good to go with that one. That makes it 3 for the day. I think 9 sales in the last 72 hours. On a good run right now. And that, my friends, is how you close up and make over $30,000 in commission in just one day. If you want to learn more about how to do this, make sure to click subscribe below. Click on the flblitz.com link if you want to join for blitzes like this in the future. We are doing things, ladies and gentlemen, that no other solar companies are doing out there right now in this climate. But most importantly, click on one of these 2 little videos. YouTube thinks you're going to like it a lot.